Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Stillwater. It's funny because when I kept trying to, find out when this was coming out, I kept thinking Stillwater, Almost Famous. Stillwater is the name of the band. I thought it was the name of the movie, and I thought, isn't that the name of a movie already? No, Almost Famous. Did you ever see Almost Famous? Check it out. Good movie. I'm pretty sure the name of the band is Stillwater. Anyway. This stars Matt Damon in it, and Abigail Breslin is the other name I recognize. Nobody else. But this guy evidently travels from Oklahoma to France to help his daughter, who's accused of murder that she says she didn't commit. So I don't know. Much more than that. 6.8 on IMDb, which is kind of low, but only 4,166 people have rated it so far. So kind of not seen by everybody yet, which is nice, but it is 2 hours and 19 minutes long, so I am kind of excited. And it's another one that's in the theaters and it comes home really quick. I like that. So let me get into it, find out what it's about, give you a better idea, and then ultimately let you know what I think. Stick around. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Stillwater. We're at the 58-minute, 24-second mark, so well under halfway because it's a 2 hour, 19-minute movie. I can give you a better idea. So Matt Damon is the father. He's like an oil rig worker, and his daughter, who's played by Abigail Breslin, is locked in prison for murder in France. And Marseille, I think it is, but whatever. And so he goes out to visit her. It's interesting because it starts off with him like doing an interview to get on another job, but then he talks to his mother-in-law, I don't know, her grandmother, and he goes out to France to visit her and give her some stuff and do the laundry for her. So and it sounds like she only got 9 years, which is interesting for murder. But anyway, she's been in there for 5, and she's claiming she's innocent. She has some information, and she wants to get it to the lawyer. And the lawyer says, look, their case is done, kind of thing. So Matt Damon basically is taking it on himself to try and figure this out. That's really what the whole plot is about. I thought of it different based on the synopsis, but that's what it is. So he's obviously been going out to visit her, or going over to visit her, every so often, and just trying to be there for her. But this time he's kind of like trying to help her, and that's what's going on there. There's new information about her case, and he's trying to figure it out. From my understanding, too, this is all based on a true story. Didn't say that in the beginning of this, so I don't know. But there's a lot left, so let me get back into it. So far, so good, very interesting. Matt Damon, of course, is great. And it's really just about him. Abigail Breslin is really confined to one room in her acting so far. He meets another French woman who helps him a little bit, but other than that, it's really all about him. So I like it. It's going to be long, but let me get back to it to see if anything else happens that I can update you with without spoiling, and then ultimately I'll let you know what I think. So stick around. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Stillwater, and you're going to laugh at this real quick because I had said it didn't say it was based on a true story, and there's nothing at the end of it like to allude like it was based on a true story. And halfway through, once you find out like she's accused of murder, and what happened to her, it kind of reminded me of the Amanda Knox story. Right? And I was like, I couldn't remember her name. So I had to look it up real quick, and I was like, oh, her name was Amanda. This girl's name's Allison. 2 totally different stories. So finally, when it was over, I Googled it, like, is this based on a true story? And then they say it's loosely based on the Amanda Cox story. So, or Knox, Cox, whatever it is. So I had no idea. The only reason I remember that was when this first came out in the theater, I heard that the girl who, Allison in this one, the real life one, had said I didn't give them permission and to talk about my story. but I never read it all because I don't want to know anything about the movies before I go into it. Like I'm telling you all now. So that's what it's loosely based on. So I apologize for that. But again, they don't say that in here. They could just use it for, hey, this is a good story to make happen. They don't really get into the details of the murder so much and all that kind of stuff. So it is a very interesting story, but the way I went into it was even more interesting. Is it a true story? Is it not? And now knowing, I wonder how I would have felt about it watching it, knowing what I do know now, that you now know. And hopefully I didn't ruin it for you. But in the end, all that aside, a very interesting tale. I thought Matt Damon was really good in this, like he normally is. You know, I shouldn't say normally. There's some roles where it's like, you know, and it's just character. It's not him. But beefed up a little bit for this one. He befriends some a French family. I'm not sure if I told you that. And there's this cute little girl named Maya. So she does a good job of warming everybody's hearts. And I found it, you know, very interesting. You're really, you know, he's trying to figure everything out. He's got his path to try and help his daughter. And meanwhile, we're left to figure out what really kind of happened. And they don't take you down too much of a path either way. You know, you're rooting for Matt Damon the whole time is really what you're doing. But I also thought it was interesting because to see a little back up, not a spoiler alert, but he was kind of an absentee father. He worked, I think I mentioned, on an oil rig or whatever, so he wasn't around a lot. But to see him basically, you know, put his life on hold and go to France just to support his daughter, who's in prison for murder, was, you know, you think about that as a father or as a parent of some sort, like, you know, you see that. Of course, I think we would all do that, but, you know, he's not a man of means, if you will. You know, he was kind of poor, so probably took a lot for him to do that kind of stuff. So I found that, I guess, endearing? I don't know, but good for the character. Again, taking out the fact that this might be based on anything, but when you think about it from a parent for his daughter, supporting, and then everything else that I won't go into too much detail for, but he was really so supportive of her. So there you go. Definitely worth the watch. What did I say? It was a 6 point something? I thought it was better than that. So, you know, a 6.8. I guess that's about okay. I could see me thinking, you know, I'm thinking around a 7.5 really, just because of his acting in it. But I'm sure people who followed maybe the story, the Amanda Knox story, might say, hey, you know, I'm going to rate it lower for whatever reason. So if you go into it thinking it's just a story, I think you might enjoy it a little bit more. But maybe not. I don't know. Now that I put that in your head, maybe you won't at all. So hopefully I didn't ruin it for you. Maybe you don't even know who I'm talking about, and you might enjoy this film also. But this is all out on the internet, so, you know, that's it. Hopefully. Spoiler alert? No. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully this was helpful. And if you watch the film, check it out. Let me know what you think. Love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. And thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.